Wow. Unbelievable. Just got the message. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, April 17th. April 17th. I'm going to give you guys a quick prediction on this right now. I don't want to go back to this. I have an idea what's going to happen, or I know what's going to happen. I watched every single Ben Askren fight available. I watched every single Jake Paul fight available, so I know what to expect, and my mind won't change. Ben Askren has zero shot. Don't put any value into the fact that he's a professional fighter. He won. He was in the UFC. He was in Bellator. He was in ONE FC. So in all the top organizations, he was a champion in every organization but the UFC. But don't make that be a reason to think Ben Askren has a shot here. Ben Askren is an NCAA Division One champion wrestler. I believe he tried out for the Olympic team at one point, or was on it. And so he's high level wrestling. When it comes to UFC, not many guys have those credentials in wrestling. So he was winning all these fights using his wrestling. His boxing never helped him at all. His boxing never helped him win any fight in the UFC. He has some of the worst boxing you'll see in the UFC. Damian Maia, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, they had a fight. And Damian Maia, who has horrible stand-up as well, but he's making improvements, but his stand-up is not that good. He looked like a professional boxer against Ben Askren. Ben Askren is slow. In the UFC, he gets away with it because everyone's scared to get wrestled, or so they're kind of reluctant to, so he can kind of sneak his strikes in because they're more concerned about the takedown. So they're not really, in a boxing fight, all Jake has to worry about is his hands. Jake's just going to be watching his hands, and this guy's slow. His feet are slow. Again, he had to leave the UFC because of injury as well, so you have to factor that in. His body's beat up, right? I believe it was his knees, or but there's a reason why he's not in the UFC. Now, in his 3 fights in the UFC, he's made a little over $800,000. I bet he's gonna make more for this fight, in this one fight, and I think that's the only reason why he's in this fight. He knows he's gonna lose. Jake Paul, smartest guy. He has handlers, because people are saying this guy's a YouTuber. So guess what he did? He picked a fight with a professional basketball player that had a bit of toughness in persona in the NBA. He was a little tough little guy, pound for pound, won the dunk off, but he made him look stupid. And he knew that. So people are saying Jake Paul's not an athlete, he's just a YouTuber. So you know what he did? He beat up an athlete. Now people are saying, well, you didn't beat up a fighter, you just beat up a boxer you beat up a basketball player that doesn't know anything about fighting. So guess what he does now? He's gonna beat up Ben Askren, a fighter. So this is a fight. This is the fight he's gonna win. Look how many guys in the UFC called out Jake Paul, like strikers, like legit strikers that strike, and they have heavy hands, and they make a living knocking people out or boxing in the UFC, that called out Jake Paul, and Jake Paul is calling out, or Jake Paul and Ben Askren are fighting. So that's all you need to know. Jake Paul, way better boxer, faster, more power, more speed, younger. All he's trained is boxing. This is an easy fight. Bet the house. Jake Paul is going to beat up Ben Askren. Ben Askren has no shot here. Zero shot.